Johnny. Welcome back. And today is just going to be a get ready with me. I'm going to update you on what's been happening because you didn't get a video of me doing my makeup at work this past week because I didn't go into the office. I stayed my butt home. It was a day where I did a lot of administrative work. That stuff just takes so much time. So I didn't get to really do doing my makeup at work because I wasn't at work. In the office, at least. I was still doing work. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to show you the moisturizer I used. It is this Pharmacy Honey Halo moisturizer. It looks like this. Let me know if you've tried this. I actually have been really liking it. I also like that the top is like magnetized, so you can put the spatula there and not lose it, which I really appreciate because I'm always losing the spatula on things. So I put that on just a few moments ago, and I think it has thoroughly like sunk. It's in there. Okay. So I think today I'm going to use some of my singles. Now, typically I put my singles in the Pro palette that you can get. I have 4 of these, but they came out with minis, and I am so excited because one, that means I can purchase more singles. And I just like that maybe I'll take this on vacation, my birthday trip with me, because it's so much smaller, and the top seems a bit sturdier than the original. So yes, there we go. First, let's start with some glitter primer from NYX. So how are y'all? Y'all, because I didn't go into the office, you could not hear the ridiculous thing that happened to me. But first, let me tell you what I'm getting ready for. I signed up for a continuing education presentation for today, which is Sunday. And here's the thing. Every time I do this to myself every time. I'll see something that's really interesting and I'll be like, oh, it's on a Sunday. That's totally fine. That'll work. And then the Sunday comes and I'm like, WTF, why did I sign up to basically be in school on a Sunday? So I'm getting ready for that. And typically I would just wear my pajamas and you know, have my bonnet on and everything because it's virtual. This one's virtual. But after that, which is like 3 hours, after that, we're having a like family Zoom. So I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to use because the thing is, I have not met some of the people that will be on the family Zoom, you know? So like I said, I have 4 of these Pro palettes. Here are a bunch of shades here. And these are a mixture of Sydney Grace, Pretties for Your Face, Shine by SD, and Copacetic Cosmetics. Here's this one. And then here's this one that's not yet full, so guess what? We can put more in there. But yeah, so we're having a family reunion next year, supposedly. And initially, one of my older cousins asked me if I wanted to be on the planning committee, and this is where I practice saying no, you all. I was like, I don't really think that would be the best because 1, I don't need any extra work, and 2, I don't want to do it. So I was like, what about my sister? So I essentially volunteered my sister. Oh, I also have some Cleona in here and maybe some Terra Moons, but I think I'll go in with this Wildfire shade from Cleona. Anyway, so I was like, what about my sister? And so I volunteered her and she got onto the little like family planning committee, and they decided we're going to do a reunion in like next year. And we've never done a reunion. This is like my mother's side of the family. We've never done a reunion, so it should be interesting because the older family members are like, we don't know the younger family members, they don't know us. I was like, can I just send y'all a picture? Watch my YouTube, girl, you'll get to know me. But yeah, so we're doing a reunion, and because of that, we are, I guess, doing this family Zoom to like get to know each other or something. So people who haven't met, I guess we're gonna meet. I don't know, girl. But I'm trying to be excited about it, even though I'm just like, do we have to? Like, I was trying to get out of this thing so bad. I was like, what time is it? Oh, I might be busy. So they like altered the time, and I'm free, so I'm gonna go to that. So I want to at least, you know, give a good first impression to my cousins that I've never met in my life. And this is, oh, this is a JD Glow shade. They actually come in like bigger pans, but I just transferred them into smaller pans. I don't really purchase from them anymore because they had some questionable things said or liked on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone for now. So I'm just putting that on top, and I will blend them together a little bit more, just using my finger. So we'll see how the pre-family reunion goes. Hopefully it goes well. Ugh. So yeah, I have a pretty busy Sunday, and usually on Sundays I like to just relax, you know, chill out, get ready for Monday. But no, people are taking up my time. But at least one of them is my fault, so I need to tell you what happened to me the other week when I went into the office. Remember how excited I was that I found out there was an elevator in the parking garage that I've been parking in for 5 years and didn't know about? Okay, so I have gone up the elevator out the building across the street to my building, right? But when I was leaving, this was like 3 weeks ago, when I was leaving, I wasn't sure like which building I had come out of, so I wasn't quite sure how to get back using the elevator, so I just walked down the big old ramp, right? Then, so that was 3 weeks. 2 weeks later, I decide I'm going to use the elevator, go out of the building, go across the street to my building, and then when I'm leaving, I'm gonna go back in that building, go down in the elevator, and to the parking garage, right? Y'all, when I tell you it did not work, and this is going to be a prime example of what I mean when I say I have no sense of direction. Give me 1 second. I need to get my groceries from the door that Instacart just dropped off. Okay, I'm back, and I started going in with these two mattes from my Focus palette. We've got this matte here and this matte here. So this is a bunch of like 12 single shadows from Sydney Grace. They're all like neutral colors, and so I'm focusing on this palette for the year. I just kind of put it together with shades that I think will go with most of the looks that I do. So I started going in already with these two just on the outer corner. Yeah, but I got my Instacart thingy. Do y'all use Instacart? There was a time, some of you know, where I couldn't drive because of a health issue, and Instacart was like coming in clutch. It was so helpful. And one of my favorite shoppers, Ahmed, he did today, and like he's always finding everything. I'm like, yes, Ahmed, I love it when you shop for me, boo. Anyways, so back to my story about the elevator. I was feeling myself because I was like, now I got it. After 5 years, I know how to work the elevator. So the thing is, okay, the first time I used it, I went in the elevator, and then when I was leaving, I walked down the ramp, okay? The ramp I've been walking up and down for 5 years. The second time I used it, I was like, I'm gonna use the elevator to go back down because, like, why not, right? So I was at work and I had a full day, but my last person had to cancel. And so I was like, bet. I am going to leave early so that I can avoid some of this traffic, and I'm going to get to my car faster because I'm about to take the elevator, right? Okay, so I go back to the building that I had come out of. It took me a second to figure out which building it was. That's where the shenanigans start. So, I did that. And I walk through the lobby, I go to the elevator. I'm like, I'm just backtracking, right? This is perfect. I got it under control. So I'm in the lobby, and so I push the floor like number 1 or ground level or something, right? Because I'm like, okay, that's where I came onto the elevator at. So I go and like, I don't see the parking garage. Clean this up a little bit. So I'm like, oh, I must have pushed the wrong button or something now, because it's I gotta explain myself. It's a high-tech elevator. Like, it's not just one where you push the button, right? Like, it's a screen. It's like a smart screen, and you could like scroll through and all kinds of stuff, right? So I was like, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I pushed the wrong floor. So then I'm like, maybe it's on level 2 because I'm parked on C2. And I was like, okay, let me go to the second floor. I go to the second floor. It's all just like white doors. I'm like, that's not right. So let me try another floor. So this time I'm thinking I'm on C2, but I don't see C2 on the screen. I don't see it. I swear on all things holy, I don't see C2, but I see C1. There's a lot of C's going on. So I'm like, maybe it's C1 that I'm parked on. Even if it is C1, I can just get off there and I can go up and be on C2. Child, I go to C1. It's nothing but white doors. So I'm like, okay, let me find the staircase. So I leave the elevator. There's not a peep in the world. There's nothing. There's no sound. Like, there's no sound. So I find the stairs to the elevator, or I'm sorry, the stairs, and the door is so hard to open, but I finally open it, and child, it was so dark in there. I was like, ain't no way I'm getting in that staircase. Ain't no way. I ain't doing it. I was like, no, I'm too scared. I don't know what's gonna happen to me in there. That's how they get you. You know, in the movies, the black person always dies first. So I'm not even trying it, okay? So I was like, okay, something is wrong. Why can't I get this together? So I literally start going to every floor. Okay, I go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go to every floor and I get out and I'm always wrong. I'm like, where the hell am I? One of the floors opened up to a gym. I was like, okay, that's not it. Another floor I went on and there was nothing there. There was nothing there. There wasn't a chair. There wasn't a desk. There wasn't a door. There was nothing. And that's when I was like, hell nah. I need to get out this building because I think I'm in the midst of a scary movie. And I'm pretty sure that the security is probably watching the videos, looking at this woman going, Rose, looking at this woman going up, down, side, and center, trying to get in or out the building. What's she doing? And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody could, I know you see me, you could come out and help me. So then I'm like, maybe I got mixed up. Let me go back to C1. Child, I go to C1. Again, it's all white doors. I must have thought it was going to change in my absence. It did not. So, y'all, I'm like, it's 10 minutes, okay? My leaving early is gone. Now I'm about to leave late. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the lobby and I'm just gonna walk out and I'm just gonna walk down the ramp and get to my car. I go to the lobby and it has two exit entrances, whatever. I'm gonna go in with this Fashion Fair, oh my gosh, I'm like jittery from that Americano I had. This Fashion Fair primer. It's an okay primer. It's like a hydrating one. I don't know if I'll purchase it again. I just really want to use it up and get to my other primers that I have. But it's not bad. It's not bad. So there are 2 exits. Now, the first time I used the elevator, I had gone to the wrong exit. And I realized it before I went out, and I turned around and I went to the correct one. So now when I get out at the lobby, I know where to go, right? Child, I must have been turned all the way around because I went out the wrong exit. I went out the wrong exit and I come out on the back side of the building. Now, this building is huge. It takes up a city block, right? And I'm also lugging my big old tote bag with my laptop, my notebook, a pair of shoes, my makeup bag, like all these things, right? Okay, so I've been using the KVD Good Apple foundation. Now, I cannot find a perfect shade in this foundation, so I have a darker one. This is Deep 84. And this one is too dark. So I was thinking, okay, I'll just exchange it for Tan 76. And this one is a little too light. So I just cannot find my perfect shade. So what I've been doing is going in with the tan one first and then going in with the deep one. And that seems to work to come out to a pretty good shade. So y'all, I walk. Mind you, it's hot. What do I have on that day? I don't know, but thank the Holy Lord that I had on some flats because I had my heels in my purse. Thank you, Jesus, because I must have walked a mile. So I get out at the side of the building and I'm like, the back of the building. I'm like, where am I? Okay. WTF, where am I? I don't know. Who can I call? All my suite mates are in sessions with clients. And what am I going to do? Hey, y'all, I'm lost like across the street. Can you come find me? No, I'm not about to do that. Okay. I'm already embarrassing myself in front of who knows who. So I was like, okay, we can figure this out. So I'm like, let me go around this building. I'm like stepping over like the barriers, like the chain, and trying to get over that. And all the time I'm thinking, this don't make no sense. I have a full-on PhD. Why is this so difficult? Child. So then I walk around over the barrier and I get to like the sidewalk. All of a sudden, somehow, this is to tell you how big this building is, the parking garage is like half a block this way. So I look like a crazy person. So I walk the half block to the parking garage. I'm like this. Like, I'm sure people saw me. So I'm just like, I'm not even going to make eye contact with anybody. We're just going to pretend that this isn't happening. And you didn't see me 10 minutes ago go into the building. And now I'm coming out the back trying to find my way. You didn't see it. So I do that. And then I find the parking garage. And I just walk down the ramp and get to my car. Child. And I saw that I was on C2. I swear on everything, y'all. My car was on C2. What I don't understand is how I could not get to C2. So if you have any understanding of how this works, please let me know. Because everybody I talked to, there was like, there has to be a C2. You just missed it. And I'm like, no, let me tell you, there was this high-tech screen. It says C1 and then it said 1. There, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. There was no C2. There was no C2. I swear there wasn't a C2, y'all. So now I'm like, I guess I can only use the elevator to get out, but I can't quite figure out how to use it to get back in. And now I'm not even gonna try because like, or maybe I'll ask the parking attendant because how do you get, how? And I've seen people come out that elevator because I had to put my thinking cap on and I remember, oh, I have seen people come out that elevator when I was trying to use the pay machine thing. I've seen people come out that elevator. Where are they coming from? How do they get there? I don't understand. This is mind-boggling. So I get to my car and I'm like sweating. And I had gotten there early because I get to work about like 7:30. So I had to park against the wall, and then they had a car parked behind me. So there was a car parked behind me, and I'm like, I'm sweaty, I'm hot, I don't have time for this. I'm like done with myself, right? I'm like, I'm not speaking to myself right now. So I'm looking around. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte, what is this? PowerFlex concealer. I didn't like it at first, but it's okay. My favorite Tarte concealer is the, what's it called? Shape Tape. Whew. Jesus, be offense. What was I talking about? Oh, so somebody's parked behind me, and I'm like hot and sweaty, and I'm like, I just want to get in my car. I want to turn on the air conditioner. I want to like lift my boobs and put it in front of the air conditioner so it can like cool me off. Like, I don't have time for this. So I'm looking around for the parking attendant, finally find him, and he gets the key and moves that other car from behind me. So then it's like these DC parking garages, they are just so tight. Like, sometimes you have to slide into your car because there's just no room, right? So I'm already like wound up from walking a mile in this building, lost, and seeing all kinds of stuff, like that dark ass staircase and that that empty floor. And then all those white rooms. Y'all tell me that's not a scary movie right there. That's a scary movie. Y'all, I was almost on the news. So I'm like sweating, hot, you know. And then I have to back out and like go around, and I'm just like nervous. I'm like, I hope this man doesn't mind waiting, because I'm nervous about letting myself drive or do anything that requires, you know, some level of skill in navigating anywhere. But I get out, and then I like manage to get myself together and start on my route home. And I call my mom to tell her the story. And when I tell you, my mom laughed at me for like a good 15 minutes. Like, she had to like take a breath and like take a sip of water. Like, she was just laughing. And I was just like, girl, like, I can't do that anymore. Yes, sometimes I call my mom girl. I'm like, girl, I was like lost in a building for like 10 minutes. My mother thought that was funny. Like, you're not helping, ma'am. You're not helping at all. But here is evidence that you raised somebody who's crazy, okay? Because it don't make no sense that I couldn't get out that building, y'all. Let me know what you think, okay? Let me know if you think there was a C2 and why I didn't see it. You guys, I'm so excited for The Little Mermaid to come out, the like live action one. I had no idea that Melissa McCarthy is playing Ursula. Oh my gosh, if you can find a clip of her singing Poor Unfortunate Souls, like, oh my god, so good. And if you have not seen Halle Bailey sing, what's the word? Part of Your World? She gives me chills and brings tears to my eyes. Like, that is how beautiful her voice is. Oh my word. I cannot wait to see it. And I don't know if y'all knew all the stuff going on with that. So Halle Bailey is a young, beautiful African-American actress and singer. Like, she is the sister to Chloe Bailey. Like, they were in a group together, but now Chloe is like on her own individual thing, solo career. Anyway, there was a big hullabaloo about Halle being cast as a Little Mermaid because she's black. Like, people were like, oh my god, you're ruining my childhood because Ariel is supposed to be white, and people are like, she's a effing mermaid. Like, how you know what color race she is? Like, that don't make no sense. But people were just up in arms, and she got so much hate and backlash. Like, I was like, this young 20-something-year-old girl should not be dealing with this. This is ridiculous. People, like, come on. What really, like, broke my heart besides that, well, no, this what fixed my heart, it warmed my heart. I swear I have a degree. And it's from a real school. Warmed my heart was these videos, you can find them on YouTube, of these young black and brown kids watching the trailer of The Little Mermaid, and they're like, oh my God, she looks like me. How can your heart, like, that gives me chills. How can your heart not just burst from that? Like, I was like legit crying every time I saw one of those. I'm like, oh my God, you don't know like what it's like to not see yourself represented. Not saying you don't know, but to not see yourself represented in even cartoons or like Disney movies. Like, it's like so important for little kids. Like, I wish that I had seen that when I was growing up watching Disney movies. But listen, I don't have no kids, but I'm gonna be first in line at that movie theater. Don't even play. Woo, child. I'm gonna be pushing them little kids out the way. Like, let's go. I wanna see my Ariel. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm still really excited to see Kelly Clarkson. I got my shirt that I'm gonna wear to the concert, so I'm excited about that. I'm just waiting to get these like little booty shorts that I bought to go with the shirt. I'm gonna be real cute. My niece has been listening to Kelly Clarkson songs to get herself prepared. I'm pretty sure my niece is just gonna be like recording me just like having the time of my life, but I'm okay with that. I don't care. Let's go in. I want to go in with another shade to kind of blend that out. I think either this one or this one. Why don't we do both? So, have y'all heard about Taylor Swift? Now, I used to love me some Taylor Swift. I played her songs all the time. One of her songs was on my playlist for one of the marathons I ran. Yes, I used to run, okay? And then I was like, I don't even like running. Why am I doing this? Anyway. So I used to love me some Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm like Swiftie adjacent, okay? Like, I'm kind of there, but just not quite. And then I've been reading the news about the person she is now dating. Like, she was in a 6-year relationship with some man. I don't even know his name. Joe? I don't know. Brian? She was in a 6-year relationship that recently ended, or at least they told us it recently ended. You know, sometimes celebrities, they end their relationships like a while ago, and then they're like, yes, we've ended it. Because I respect the need for privacy. You know, everybody needs some privacy. Now, here's the thing. Taylor apparently has been dating this new man. I think his name is Matty Healy, and he's in like the band 1975 or something. I've never heard of this man until now, until his association with Taylor Swift. But of course, you know, everybody's gonna be trying to figure out who is Taylor dating and blah, blah, blah. And apparently this man is a racist, misogynist asswipe. Like, allegedly. Apparently. I don't know him. But apparently he was on some podcast not too long ago. Let me know if you heard this. And he was talking about pleasuring himself while watching some really aggressive adult films. And the adult films and the adult website he was talking about, basically, it is geared towards, or all the films are about like degrading black women. So it's white men and black women, and it's super degrading. Like they're putting like nooses around the women's necks and just all this disgusting stuff. Like I'm all for sex workers and things like this, but this is not that. This is like taking advantage of people, and it's racist and disgusting. It's racist and misogynist, and he's also said some other problematic things. He seems a little anti-Semitic, allegedly. Like all of this stuff. So Taylor's fans are up in arms. Some of them, because some of them are still like, oh, it doesn't matter. But it's like, you are who you associate with, you know? Like, unfortunately, that's how the world works. Especially if you're like a public figure. And who's more public than Taylor Swift? A lot of people. But anyway, I'm really disappointed in her. Because, like I said, I love me some Taylor Swift, but I can't support somebody who is knowingly with someone that is racist, misogynist, anti-Semitic, like all these things. And the gag is, like a couple of years ago, he apparently said that dating Taylor Swift would be like emasculating for him. So I'm not gonna talk to you, be your friend, be your lover if you talking about me like that. No. Maybe you just said it in the moment, but still that's what you think of me, so bye. Don't even try to come at me. But yeah, y'all, and Taylor has not made any comments. And like some of her fans are outraged, but some of her fans are like, I love Taylor, she can do nothing wrong. And I'm like, she can do something wrong. She can do this. This is, far be it from me to tell you who to date, how to date, when to date. But if it's somebody who's like that, and you know she knows because she's Taylor Swift. If I know and I ain't nobody, how does she not know? Because you know she has a team that like looks into things or whatever to try to get ahead of stuff. And I like, there was a while ago where she had something in her video that was a little like triggering for some people, and she like immediately took it out. So if you could figure that out, Taylor, I know you know what this man is about. Maybe he's reformed. I don't know. But the depravity and the depth to which he was being an ass, I don't know. Is that reformable? Is that like redeemable? I don't know. No. I mean, that's the answer. So yeah, I mean, and I think in interviews he's been like, oh, it's just satire. Oh, I'm just making fun. There are some things you don't have to be satirical about. There are some things you don't have to like play the devil's advocate for. And I think this is one of those things, sir. Like, you don't need to be devil's advocate or anything when it's misogynist and racist and just gross. Like, what you play a devil's advocate for? First of all, the devil don't need no advocates. He's good. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put on some mascara, maybe a lash, and a lip, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. And what else? Oh, so I put on some mascara, I put on some lashes, and then I went in with the shade Velvet Morning from Lisa Eldridge. And just used an LA Girl lip liner as well. And then I sprayed my face with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. So, thank you for hanging around to hear my stories. Hopefully they were a little entertaining. I hope that you were taking care of yourself, and make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you get more of me and my fabulousness. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.